Students, so we'll take a problem first in this lecture of module 1. Okay, so the statement of the problem is, for a given rotational system, obtain the electrical analogous systems based on inverse and direct analogous methods. Okay, so this is a system given. So here it is torque T of t applied. This is theta 1 of t. This is K1. This is theta 2 of t. This is J1 and this is B1 friction. This is K dash, B dash. This is theta 3 of t. This is J2. This is B2. This is K2. We'll go for the solution. Okay. Now, when we see this diagram, we can see that torque is directly applied to spring K1. Torque is directly applied to spring K1. Due to that, two different displacements at two ends of the spring. Okay, so no element is under theta 1 of t. K1 is between theta 1 and theta 2. This K1 is in between this theta 1 and theta 2. Then J1 and B1 under theta 2 of t. This J1 and B1, this B1, they are under theta 2 of t. Now, as K dash and B dash are in parallel together, they change from theta 2 of t to theta 3 of t. So, K dash and B dash in parallel are in between theta 2 of t and theta 3. Okay. Then J2, K2 and B2 are under theta 3 of t. Okay, are under theta 3 of t. Now, so we'll draw the equivalent system. Okay, this is the equivalent system. Okay, equivalent system. You can see. Okay, here, this is K1. This is theta 2 of. So, first we'll represent the nodes. Okay, how many angular displacements are there? 3. Theta 1 of t, theta 2 of t, theta 3 of t. First we'll represent them by nodes. This is theta 1 of t, this is theta 2 of t, this is theta 3 of t. Okay, theta 3. Then at theta 1 of t node, we have torque t applied directly. So that has been shown here. Then this K1 is in between theta 1 and theta 2 of t. So J1 is under theta 2 of t. B1 is also under theta 2 of t. This K dash and B dash in parallel together are in between theta 2 of t and theta 3 of t. Then this J2 is under theta 3 of t. B2 is under theta 3 of t. Okay, this K2 is under theta 2 of t. So, we'll have the equations. What we can write? T of t is equal to K1 theta 1 of t minus theta 2 of t. So, this t of t we can write it as K1 into bracket theta 1 of t minus theta 2 of t. This I'll take as equation number 1. Then next we have to write for this theta 2 of t node. Okay. So there is no torque applied here. Due to that, 0 equal to K1 theta 2 of t minus theta 1 of t plus J1 d square theta 2 of t by dt square. Due to this, J1 d square theta 2 of t by dt square plus B1 d theta 2 of t by dt. This I'll take it as further part. Plus due to K dash and B dash we have tried. this k dash is in between theta 2 and theta 3. So plus k dash theta 2 of t minus theta 3 of t. Okay, plus b dash. Due to this b dash is in between theta 2 and theta 3. So plus b dash d of theta 2 of t minus theta 3 of t by dt. This is equation number 2. Then next we'll take at theta 3 of t. So 0 equal to k dash theta 3 of t minus theta 2 of t. 0 equal to k dash theta 3 of t minus theta 2 of t plus b dash d of theta 3 of t minus theta 2 of t by dt plus j2 d square theta 2 of j2 d square theta 3 of t by dt square plus b2 d by dt of theta 3 of t plus k2 theta 3 of t. This is taken as equation number 3. Equation number 3. Okay. That is, we can write t of s is equal to k1 theta 1 of s minus theta 2 of s. This is of equation 1. So I have labeled it as equation 4. 4 is nothing but equation 1 in s domain. Next, 0 equal to k1 theta 2 of s minus theta 1 of s plus j1 s square. This only equation 2 has to be converted to s form. So 0 equal to k1 theta 2 of s minus theta 1 of s plus j1 s square theta 2 of s plus b1 s theta 2 of s plus k dash theta 2 of s minus theta 3 of s plus b dash s theta 2 of s minus theta 3 of s. This will take equation 5. Equation 2 and equation 5 are interconverted. Next we'll take equation 3 and we'll write it in s form. 0 equal to k dash theta 3 of s minus theta 2 of s plus b dash s theta 3 of s minus theta 2 of s plus j2 s square theta 3 of s plus b2 s theta 3 of s plus k2 theta 3 of s. This will take equation 6. We'll continue. First we'll go for force voltage analogy. There is one important note. What is that note is, which elements are in parallel in node based circuit always get connected in series if same circuit is drawn based on loop basis. So in this example, k dash and b dash, though are in parallel in equivalent system, will get connected in series in force voltage analogous circuit. Okay, so with this we'll go for force voltage analogy. What we can write, V of s 1 by c1 q1 of s minus q2 of s. This has been written using FV analogy. We have to refer the FV table and we have to replace the mechanical elements terminologies with electrical terminology. Due to that, V of s will be 1 by c1 q1 of s minus q2 of s. Then next, second equation will be 0 equal to 1 by c1 q2 of s minus q1 of s plus L1 s square q2 of s plus R1 s q2 of s plus 1 by c dash q2 of s minus q3 of s plus R dash s q2 of s minus q3 of s, which is loop 2. So both R dash and C dash will carry same current I2 of S minus I3 of S. So you can see R dash and C dash will carry same current I2 of S minus I3 of S and hence will be in series. Then next third equation will be 0 equal to 1 by C dash Q3 of S minus Q2 of S plus R dash S Q3 of S minus Q2 of S plus L2 S square Q3 of S plus R2 S Q3 of S plus 1 by C2 Q3 of S. This is taken loop 3. So first we'll have 3 loops. Then loop 1 equation is with capacitor C1 only, and that capacitor C1 is present in both loop 1 and loop 2. So draw capacitor C1 in both loop 1 and loop 2. So C1 has been shown in both loop 1 and loop 2. Okay, loop 1 and loop 2. Then I1 of t is the current in first loop, I2 of t is the current in second loop, I3 of t is the current in third loop. Then input voltage is V of t. In second loop, which all elements are there? Already C1 has been shown common to both loop 1 and loop 2. Then if we see, L1 is carrying current I2 of S. C dash is carrying current I2 as well as I3. R dash is carrying current I2 and I3. Okay, is it clear? So C dash and R dash both are carrying current I2 and I3. Okay, so C dash and R dash will be in series. Carrying current I2 and I3, because it is 1 by C dash Q2 of S minus Q3 of means both I2 of S and I3 of S are through C dash. Even R dash is Q2 of S minus Q3 of S. So R dash and C dash are shown in series in common to loop 2 and 3. Then L1 is with only I2, R1 is with only I2. So L1 and R2 are in series path in loop 2. Third loop, if we see, C dash is already shown common to loop 2 and 3. R dash is common to loop 3. Next we have two more elements, L2 and R2. L2, R2 are with same current Q3 of S, as well as C2 is also with current I3 of S. So L2, R2 and C2 are having same current I3 of S. So L2, R2 and C2 are in series in third loop. Okay, then whatever terminologies we have used for capacitor, in bracket we have to show its equivalent in mechanical, because they are reciprocal terms. C2 is 1 by K2. C2 is 1 by K2. C1 is 1 by K1. C dash is 1 by K dash. Okay. So next, force current analogy. So whatever circuit has been obtained by replacing analogous elements in the equivalent system drawn, we use this node analysis. Elements K dash, that is 1 by L dash, and B dash 1 by R dash will remain in parallel between the corresponding nodes. So this equivalent will remain the same, but we have to replace with electrical quantities. So T of t is I of t, then V1 of t, then this is L1 which is equivalent to 1 by K1, C1 which is in this path representing J1. Next R1 will represent 1 by B1, this is V2 of t, then this is V3 of t. So R dash 1 by B dash, L dash 1 by K dash, then this is C2, this is R2, R2 is 1 by B2, this is L2 1 by K2. So this is equivalent force current analogy technique. Okay, so I'll stop here. I request all of you to go through this problem. In next lecture I'll continue with module 2. Here I'm ending the module 1. Okay.